I'm not going to
get ready, boy.
No, it's not after dark yet.
There's no way they heard that because he's deaf. He was talking, but we're live. But there's another reason why they didn't hear that. Ryan, can you show everybody?
Yeah.
That's why. Because it's DLLS.
That's what I'm talking
Die
about.
Hard Takeover
You guys can
night.
cheer. You don't have to be silent waving.
That's right. Welcome to the DLLS Stars Pregame Show, which starts right now.
bang.
Boy, that speaker is really loud. Welcome to the DLLS Stars Pregame Show, officially alongside Craig Ludwig and Sam Nestler and our producer Ryan Vaughters. I'm Owen Newkirk, and everybody that's joining us here tonight. Thank you very much. If you aren't already aware, this is the DLLS takeover for diehards, but I think it's really just a DLLS Stars takeover because it appears that everybody that got tickets and came is a Stars show diehard, right?
Oof.
Everybody.
Oof.
The Mavs are playing.
How's that feel?
Sorry, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. We'll still cheer for them and all, but yeah. No, the support is great. And let me tell you about two things. First, Finnish Mafia hoodie. You can just zoom in on Sam. I'm wearing the T-shirt because I didn't think it was going to be cold. Zoom right in like you can do that. There it is. Sam's hoodie. T.O. bought it for him. I think he thought Sam was about 6'9". Maybe he got it should have been 5'9", even then. But that's okay.
It's still tall.
Super comfy. It is still very tall for you. And it is super affordable. And for all the diehards, 20% off. Go get it.
Limited supplies.
Yes.
That's a real thing I found out tonight. We're not just lying about it.
No, it's real.
Real.
Yeah. We're authentic here.
Did you get your T-shirt, by the way? Did you get the T-shirt?
Let's try to spin stuff up. Let's
Hey,
talk about hockey.
Teal, what happened to the T-shirts?
Are we still having an
Didn't
issue
you
with
gift
that?
T-shirts or what's that called? Where you little emoji, you gift them or whatever? Weren't we supposed to get a T-shirt? Anybody got?
Ryan, can you cut his microphone?
Just trying to stir up trouble.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
I don't know.
I love it.
Well, it doesn't really matter because they're not going to get theirs either.
Unfortunately, the YouTube audience cannot hear GM Ben's response that's up there as he tells the rest of the crowd. Before we get to our meat and potatoes of this, let's speak about meat because tonight's entire event here at our DLS downtown studio has food provided by Wild Fork Food Meat and Seafood Market. I don't know. Ask everybody. Was it any good? Right. The picanha, the beef, they had some kind of Argentine shrimp, the sausage. They brought desserts. It's phenomenal. So check them out. Wildforkfoods.com is their website. There are 9 area DFW locations, and they have so many great things to go buy. Stock your fridge.
It was really good.
And Luds isn't lying.
I mean, it was the best fucking piece of meat I've ever
There
had.
you go. That is for Wild Fork. And we aren't even at Stars After Dark yet. Should we try to be serious
I'm
or should
just
we
being
just
honest.
have fun here? We can have fun.
Hey, Ben, I'm not getting my T-shirt now, am I?
I think he just flipped Luds off, but that's okay. Tonight, the Stars play the Mammoth. And for a chance, 3-game sweep of the road trip. I don't know if it's a big deal or not to anyone else, but they could actually finish January with a above 500 record, which if you notice how they started the month, 2 wins, I believe, in their first 9. That's not bad, right? To finish, they're 4-1 in the last 5. They've won 3 in a row, but they face a very good Mammoth team that has had a heck of a January. We're going to get to all that, but let's start with the obvious. The Stars are not making any lineup changes. Check out their forward groups, exactly the same as they were on Thursday night against the Vegas Golden Knights. That means that Ritzkovian stays on the top line, or Ritzy Ritz, and Then you have Adam Ernie, who, Luds, was it 7 hits that he had against the Knights on Thursday?
Yep.
He did exactly what he wanted to do. Gully was very happy with the increased physical play against Vegas on Thursday.
He's gonna push himself into being a regular player as long as his health is there. But I do think that, the way that Gully runs the extra guys, he's gonna make sure guys don't sit out. But I just think that the kid's a big load, and he understands and he's willing to play the right way. And I think it's an element that because the whole, what was it, 1%? 1%?
1 degree, I think
1
is what he
degree or
said,
whatever. 1%, 1 degree,
One
whatever
something.
from everybody.
I think he said percent. I think Luds is right.
Yeah, I think I'm right.
I think Lutz is thinking
Not
milk.
a degree.
You're thinking milk.
It's nothing to do with temperature. There's one more. Each player gives us 1% more, or gets 1% more hits, which is not much, but that's slip. It's slip. Okay.
I will say for Ernie, it can't be a coincidence that he comes back in the game for the first time in a bit and they out hit.
Well, I was going to say that's the key.
Vegas.
Is everybody else fell in line?
Yeah,
because you had somebody leading the charge there. Not that they're going to follow him distinctly, but again, I think it's part of the MO that he wanted when he got here, and I'm talking about Glenn Gullickson, and it's kind of slipped a little bit, and you become harder to play against, and as the opponent on the other side, when everybody's doing it, when you're going back to get pucks, you're kind of like, where's the next guy coming from? Where's the next? So your focus isn't solely on getting it and making a good pass. Your first focus is like, who's hitting me now?
Yeah.
So it's just that little split second, and it's not like anybody's running anyone out of the building, but it's something that they've got to think about.
Is that the biggest difference right there? What you just said? Because I mean, you had 2 examples, right? I think they were out hit like 41-9 or whatever it was, drastically a game before that, and then they out hit him. Is that where you see it the most on the forecheck in tight areas?
See that if you go back and you watch games from probably a month to 6 weeks ago, and you watch their forechecks, when they could be from you to me away, and that defenseman, I'll just use defenseman for example, from the opponent, forward goes in, and when he moves it to his partner or goes around the wall, it's like this instead of like that. And when you're right there, and there's times when, and you almost exert more energy putting on the brakes or turning, where I'm saying, and I understand the flow of the game, but it, again, it's about their focus, knowing that they have to probably rush a play in order to, I got time because he's not going to hit me anyway. So it's kind of a mindset, and you don't have to, and people don't do it for the most part anymore, run them out of the building. You just finish your check on them. That's all you got to do, and it takes a little bit of that focus away from them.
A couple of forwards that had good games in Vegas. Matt Duchesne scored for the 3rd straight game. He has 4 goals now in that span. And Maverick Bourque with his first multi-goal game of his career. He keeps insisting that he has the offense in him to play at this level. Is this a good sign? Is this just a one-off kind of game for him?
Damn, you're going to take this. The only thing that I would add to that is his confidence in that 3-on-3 play. Little 3-on-3, but it was confidence.
That's the answer for him. It always has been with Maverick Bourque. He had his, I think it was last year, right around the holidays when I went to New York and can't remember the second game. Maybe
Maverick to New York?
Yeah, me and Mav went to New York, went shopping.
Where'd you guys stay?
Big Apple. I don't know.
Not at the same hotel.
Did he pay? Did he buy?
Anyway, I went to New York not with Maverick Bourque, but to watch Maverick Bourque.
I didn't get an answer out of that, did we?
He had that great game at MSG, and then after that, he had like 3 or 4 really good ones in a row, and he felt like a different player.
Luds, he got thrown out of MSG. Remember that?
I did,
He
yeah.
got kicked out of the press box.
Yeah.
They told him to leave afterwards in the post game
Because he couldn't. His head didn't get above the bar, the entry bar. Like
you have to be this tall to ride the ride.
It also took me an hour to get in.
I was going to say,
MSG.
didn't you miss the trains home, or did you have to leave?
No, you're thinking of Long Island when I didn't get there in time for Pete because it took me 4 hours to get there.
And you lamented the traffic and transportation in New York City again because of that, even though you grew up in that area.
Yes. But I got engaged the same day. So
there you go. Okay.
Something good happened.
So something was good.
Yeah.
And it went downhill after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not with you, Katie.
See, you're learning. That's smart. That's very
Get me
smart.
in trouble.
Usually it's Luds trying to get Sam in trouble.
Young guy's still he's a little worried.
So let's talk. Well, before we get into some of the details of this matchup, the one thing I wanted to ask Luds was, and I didn't give you a heads up on this, so this is just off the top of your head, but it seems like the Stars' MO going back to Jim Montgomery with this group has been running face-off plays, and they like to do that. Lots of teams do, but it feels like Dallas really dialed in on that, especially with Monty. that was one of his real fortes as a player, from playing at Maine and D1 college hockey, then into the AHL and the NHL. He loved to run set plays off of faceoffs. But then you go to Pete DeBoer, right? Rick Bowness, then DeBoer, and now Gulletson, and they're still doing that, and they are getting, I don't know, lately it seems like their faceoffs have been pretty good. And Matt Duchene's been taking more draws lately, which is interesting too.
Yeah, because we noticed last week, and it was one of his first games back.
Yes.
So I don't know if the wrist or elbows connected to the head, but he only took one. I think he took one face-off, or he only won 1 out of 3. So it was odd. But yeah, I think Matt's in there now again. But with they've got 3 really good ones. The guy that's got to get better is Wyatt. Wyatt's face-off percentage is somewhere around 43%. Their best guy, in my opinion, and the numbers will tell you that, is Hintz.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that I think, if somebody's not playing well, the guy I'd be throwing out there is 96. The guy, he's a moose
because of the strength.
He's a big guy, and he overpowers people. And I think he was on the ice. I'm not sure if he was on the ice for that one at the end, with that that one that I'm talking about with Duchene, where I don't know if he's going straight ahead, but anyway,
that was the tying one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the tying one. That was the Marner
from the blue
that
line.
was 4-4. Yeah. But anyway, I would never hesitate. The other thing I have an issue with at times, and now the one problem that they may look at is they only have one righty. So Wyatt's the only righty, and he's not the one that's doing the best. But it doesn't mean that if you're taking to the right of your goaltender in your D zone, it doesn't mean that a left-handed guy can't just turn around and tell his defenseman and tell his winger, I'm coming back towards the net. They always, I don't understand it. I mean, guys that I played with, Carbonneau and, Mo, guy, like, listen, I'm coming back to the net. That's okay. You can do that, So it just feels like they want to get guys that only take faceoffs on their backhand sides. Well, they don't have that luxury right now, especially if Wyatt's not going to be.
And of course, with Tyler being out too.
Yeah, and Tyler hurts there too, because he, for a long, long time, he was a really good centerman.
Yeah,
and he and Duchene could literally go lefty-righty on that line and dominate.
Does anyone run more face-off plays than Dallas?
Well, that's what I was saying to Lutz. I don't know.
I was just thinking the other day watching. I feel like it's at least
they're not the only ones that do it.
No, everyone does it, but I just feel like it's when you least suspect it too. Like, it almost feels like they're kind of just going through the flow, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of an icing. It's been a dull period, and then they run a
Sam, is that
play.
You have to win the faceoffs to run those plays, and they seem to be winning draws to make those plays.
And you just said you didn't know I didn't.
No, I didn't set you up in this at all.
Look at what I wrote down.
What do you got
in red?
So enough of the red stuff.
You got to derail him.
I have everybody's making fun of me because I bought some pens, and there's this little red thing around it that you can't see.
I knew it would make.
And I got a red pen, and they said I'm a dumbass for getting it. So. Okay, so Hintz this year is 59%. Fox is 53%. You didn't know. I didn't know this was going to happen. And Duchene's 53. Wyatt's 47. I said 43. He's 47.
Yep.
So that makes a difference. 96. Look ahead. 60%.
It's like we were connected, even though we didn't talk about it.
He just goes full strength when he does it too. He
just overpowers people. So my point is, you can be on your offside and win the draw back there. Now, what you have to do is, if you continually do that, they're going to put a centerman that can go straight ahead. And what they'll do is what you'll do, I'm just going to tell you, just let them win it, and then the winger just shoots right through. So anyway, regardless,
that's another reason I like Ritzkovian on that line, because he's a center. He can take draws on the left,
and he's a little pit bull.
And why not have him do that? Well, except for you have Rantanen. And why not have Wyatt come in on his right, on his strong side, cutting across?
But he's only winning 40-some%. That's probably the problem. Wyatt's got to get better. I mean, it's the only thing he does not doing excellent right now. Yeah. And he was really good. So he's going to get back to it for whatever reason.
All right. Before we get into a new topic and eat up the rest of the pregame show, let's get to, a little early, our ad break, because they are live. And then...
Do I have one?
Yes. Well,
Sports Club.
Did you pass it off to one of our guests?
Depends. What is it?
Yeah.
Sports Club.
Right now on
DLLS Stars. You guys want to do it?
Where's Harry? Oh boy. Well, not yet. Lutz is first.
I don't see any. Has anybody got the hat collection? Anybody besides the one that's covered up right now? Nobody's got it on there. Yeah. No. We can tell you don't wearing a hat. Anyway, Ryan, let's pull up our hat collection. And can we just show those folks for a second? So this is a really awesome hat collection, but none of them are wearing any of them. So none of them have them.
Not tonight.
No credit.
So I think that Ben maybe should hand out some hats tonight to these folks that come in here. If
Ben is getting
just
called
please
out.
step up
My
to the plate,
favorite night is when Luds calls
they're
out
all
Ben.
looking for hats. So there's our hat. And they would all love, so would Sam and I, they would love the Finnish Mafia T-shirts.
Bobby, he's not even Ben.
The T-shirt.
Bobby's like, hell yeah.
Did Ben already leave?
Hey, save me some. I haven't eaten
Let's
yet.
do it.
Yeah, there's the T-shirt that apparently. T.O., do you want to speak on any of this or no?
I'm literally wearing it.
Oh, yeah. See, Owen's got one, but Owen paid for his own.
I bought my own.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, those are very cool T-shirts we hear, but we don't know. So,
Good job, Luds.
You don't want me to shut up? No,
Yeah,
go.
shut up, please.
Okay, go.
All right. Are we done? It's okay.
Was that it?
Let me tell you guys about the Supporters Club. U2's Supporters Club, for the real ones, true sicko level stuff. I'm going to go to it, our fans in a second here.
Okay. Just remember,
When
it's
you
only
join,
60 seconds.
when you join the Supporters Club, you get exclusive emojis. You also get exclusive badges. What do you have to say about that, Harry?
Badges? You don't need no stinking badges.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And I have a request from Ardell that Schmitty has to say something. So, Schmitty, what do you have to say about
He's
YouTube Supporters
completely
Club?
blindsided. You've
Give
been
us
called
something.
out by Ardell in the chat right now. I can corroborate
Why do you
that.
like the Supporters Club?
Because sometimes Schmidt happens, and you eventually have to say what you want, and you get to pay to do it.
Did he just say shit?
No,
Oh, he said
you did.
Schmidt.
You did. Join the Supporters Club now. Thank you, guys.
Well done, everybody. Good job. And by the way, Schmitty had no idea he had to do that.
Oh,
he said
you
it.
said
He said it 2 times.
I was like, wait, I can't even do that. Yeah, I
And yet
do.
he just
but then you
did.
did it.
All right.
No,
The last time the
high
Stars
test.
played the Utah Mammoth was the middle of the month, January 15th. They were in Salt Lake City. They lost 2-1. Now, it was a tough trip that they went through. I believe it was coming out of California.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so they had played LA and Anaheim in a back-to-back. It was 3rd and 4th. I'm not making excuses. I thought Karel Vejmelka was really good. 26 of 27 shots he stopped. Got the first star. Nick Schmaltz had a goal at the end of the second
Yeah.
period with like 7
Had
seconds
the
left.
bad luck twice.
Then John Marino from Schmaltz scored after Mikko scored a power play goal. They win 2-1. Luds, what needs to be? It's only been 15 days, 16 days. What kind of adjustments do you expect to see these two teams make?
Well, the reason it makes me think of that is when games are getting closer together, and you think about when you play them again and again, playoff time, you have to make adjustments, right, Pete? You have to make adjustments during the playoffs. And you have to make them here too. And I just looked at a couple things, and this is power play and PK for both teams. And again, there's only a couple clips here, but I'm expecting from the standpoint of Dallas and the PK side of things, they can't let this happen again. You can see how the coverage, there's this lane that goes through the middle of the ice, and they've got somebody in front of the net. So I think Dallas, they're going to look at this and going to go, hey, we're going to put 2 guys down here now. We got lanes. So now you got to fix that. Here's another one. You got to have your head on a swivel. What they're doing is they're throwing pucks through the middle of the ice. Now here's the Stars power play. This shot that was available in last game against Utah, I think they're going to change this. So they're going to say, we can't let they got one of the best, obviously the best power play guy. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to drop one of their defensemen so that a guy like Wyatt can't walk off the goal line here. So if they're going to make an adjustment, the Stars make an adjustment, and then I look at a guy like Hintz or Robo that slides over into that spot there. So when they take Wyatt away, now it's just a little backhand pass for a little one-timer, or I would even bring Miro into the slot. Anyway, these are the little adjustments that I think when you play a team kind of within that time period, they're looking at them, they're looking at that. And here's the other thing. This cat's got to get hurt. Not hurt. I don't want to say that because we don't do that anymore.
Frustrated?
But Clayton Keller here, you got to make it rough on them and on this kid right here. And they may have a couple guys in the lineup
You drew a
tonight.
sad
Who knows?
face.
What's that?
You drew a sad face.
Well, that's a
next
sad
one.
face. That's his sad face. That's what we want him to feel like tonight. That's our leading guy. He's got the best plus minus and all the forwards and stuff like that. What you don't want Keller to look like is that. We don't want him to be that happy kid out there because he can control the game with all the things that he can do. So I would say there would be a number that I have it marked on the board. And he's a bit of a water bug, so he's not easy to hit. But I would be looking at making it difficult on him.
All right. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. We have a big crowd and the speaker's pretty quiet, but here's the one clip I submitted today. It's from Andre Tourigny. He's the head coach of the Mammoth, talking about the Dallas Stars.
This is a perfect time for me to get Bud Light.
Different challenge against Dallas. They're really strong physically. They absorb a lot the battle and they roll off the battle. Their puck protection is really good, and they're everything in tight in front of the net. That's what they're really, really special at. So our box out and our net front battle will be at the premium.
He's
Oh my God,
perfectly off the screen.
Oh, go.
Just like to
I don't
say
wanna-
that one
I
of
don't wanna
our
say that
visitors
you
just topped
got
off
a lot
Lutz's
ahead on that,
beverage,
but
and he's
there's a
very
lot
happy
ahead on
about
that,
it.
dude.
Okay.
I like that he says, I don't want to say, and then he says it.
Yes. All right. So let's go to the graphics that we have that Sam dug out for us, because one of the things, if you look at this Utah Mammoth team, they are 10-3-1 in January. It's one of their better months of the year. They are coming off, for them as a group, a really frustrating give the lead away game. Never heard that one before.
Proximity goals.
They were up 4-2. They gave up 3 goals in the final 2 minutes of regulation. They lost in regulation in Carolina after they had beaten Florida on this road trip and felt good about themselves. But they've been one of the better teams in the league in the month of January, and it's all 5-on-5. Their power play's been junk. Their PK's been junk. But Sam, walk us through why their 5-on-5 play's been so good.
Yeah, they get to the hard areas. So these graphics are always pretty easy. You look right in front of the net and right to the sides of the net. That's where you have to get to in this league to score goals. They also score a good amount from the outside with some of their shooters, but they're
not going to the slot.
No, it's a funny offense they go to, and I love to hear why, if Luds knows why, because they don't, for a team with so much skill like Keller and like Cooley, I know he's hurt, but like those guys like to get to the slot and cut east to west across the middle. They're a get low. I don't know if it's more deflections. Do you see them? You see a reason why they get lower towards the net?
It's will before skill.
Yeah.
They pay the price. They're number 3 in the league in 5-on-5 goals. So they go to those areas like you guys are talking about. Again, even Keller goes to those areas.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's coaching. It's like, we get it. We know who we are, but that's where, just look around the league. That's where all the goals are scored. If you want to go in those areas, whether you're the Dallas Stars with a ton of skill, especially 5 or 6 guys, and they have a tendency to stay on the outside. I mean, if you look,
Ryan, you want to put the Stars 5-on-5 up?
Yeah, let's look at that.
Here's
While
the
we're
comparison.
talking about
this
them.
is Dallas
There you go.
5-on-5.
Blue is not good. Red is good.
It
There's
looks
no
like
red on there.
I should have ordered those pens right there.
Yes, but
there's supposed to be some red there.
The little bit of white in the slot,
yeah,
that's better than blue. So they do get to that area more so
They're
than the
going to
rest,
the
but they're
heart.
not getting to the middle and to the crease at all.
Now, I want you to look at the difference here, because the Stars,
they're 16th, by the way, in 5-on-5.
check out the Stars power play versus their 5-on-5. That is really good. They are getting to the hard areas on the power play. Now look at the difference between them and the Mammoth, who are great at 5-on-5 getting to that, and they are very much a perimeter power play team, which explains why their power play isn't any good.
Is that Keller
That's it.
and Schmaltz?
Yeah. Cooley, Gunther.
Cooley, yep.
All on the outside.
Oh, that's Gunther too. A lot on the
Gunther's
right.
a shooter.
Yep.
You know, I wouldn't say Keller. Keller to me is more of a playmaker kind of guy, but Gunther's a shooter. Cooley goes there a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, that stuff doesn't lie. You know, and again, these are the things that you come in and you show your players when they aren't going well. Like again, the 5-on-5 stuff. From the Stars.
So how do you
put that chart up?
But how do you have such disparity? You just said they go to the net so hard. How come on the power play they just decide to play the opposite?
It's just about Dallas.
No, I'm talking about
this
Utah.
is Utah.
This is Utah's power play, and their 5-on-5 is the total opposite. So how do you get that disparity?
How the hell am I supposed to answer that? I don't know.
That's the answer.
I mean that's the answer. That's a coaching thing.
That's the answer.
They got a French guy for a coach. To ask him.
That's fair.
You can't even understand him when he talks.
Here's what I have.
Hilarious.
In January alone, Utah is plus 21 at 5-on-5 goal differential. They've scored 39, which I believe is the second most in the league at 5-on-5 that month, and they've given up the least at 18. So 5-on-5, they are phenomenal. But you go to special teams, they're -7. They've only scored 5 power play goals. They've given up 14. They do have 2 shorthanded goals, so that adds into it. But basically, they're winning games in spite of their special teams, which are not good at all.
It kind of sounds like the opposite when it comes to the other team that they're playing against tonight, right?
It does.
Dallas has been winning games because of their special teams, and maybe the PK isn't as good as it was, but their power play has been lights out in the beginning, and now it's tailed off a little bit, and you can just look at your record.
A couple more numbers for you, Leds. The Utah power play, ranked 32nd in the league, has been operating at 9% over the last 13 games, whereas their penalty kill, which is middle of the pack for the year, has given up 10 goals on the power play in their last 9 games at 69%.
That's not good.
And they're still winning.
Sounds pretty good.
For the most part.
It's because they push you out of the fight 5-on-5.
Yeah.
That's all they really are.
And honestly, I think Karel Vejmelka is having a great season.
He's been really good. But I just think that their coaching staff stresses that you play on the inside of the dots. both ends of the rink if you can. Obviously not on the power play, but it's what they do.
Here's the big thing that they have to deal with, and this is something that before the Stars became a division contender, and this was a few years ago when they went from being kind of where Utah is now, vying to fight for that sort of that murky middle of are you in or are you out?
I didn't realize that. Yeah, you guys read that down there?
I did.
I didn't
Usually
know
you're
that.
really on top of that. It's just
I
accident.
don't even know what color they are.
No, I mean,
I know they're black and blue. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't know I was wearing
no, but
Mammoth
usually
colors.
you have a specific
That's the
color
double
theme.
jinx. That's the reverse.
Yeah,
thing.
that's what it
They're
is.
not wearing DLS is what the real question is.
I didn't get the T-shirt.
That's true. He did. So think about this, though, Sam. They are in the first wild card.
Yep.
Anaheim is 1 point behind them in the second wild card. San Jose is at 58. That's 2 points behind them.
Oh, wait. Bobby's shaking his head. Did it come in?
LA is 3 points behind them. And Seattle's in third place by a tiebreaker. They're at 59. So there are 4 teams in the Pacific within 3 points of Utah. And then there's a big gap between Utah, Dallas, Minnesota, and Colorado. They're in that scrum of are they
Dallas
in or are
used to
they
be
out?
in there.
And they had a great January to get in because
Yeah.
they were on the outside, but they could easily slip a little, and that's a tough place to live.
Yeah, it is. It's any Stars fan knows the wild card bubble sitting in and out, first wild card, second wild card, 3 points out. It is a very stressful area to be in, and you can play a little tighter once in a while.
Yep.
The one thing I will say, watching all the teams that you just said, Utah feels like the best team of those.
You think so?
They're not playing like it all of a sudden, but roster-wise and the way they should play, they feel better. I would be much more intimidated to play Utah than Anaheim.
Well,
or
take a
San
look
Jose
at their
or
lineup
Seattle.
because they are missing Logan Cooley, who's one of their more dynamic offensive players.
Gopher.
And it appears that Dylan Guenther is going to play because it was a question mark. We weren't sure.
Shooter.
So based on their
a good
warm-ups, they're putting Guenther back in. He'll play with McBain and Carcone on the third line. Yamamoto's going to move up to the second line. Boot goes to the fourth line, and Big Tuna, Liam O'Brien, gets the healthy scratch tonight. So getting Guenther back.
He was a piss ant last time, wasn't he?
He was, but nobody wanted to
Nobody
go
wanted
after
to go with him. That's all he wanted to do.
That's his thing, right? Check out the goalie matchup. It's Vejmelka versus Casey DeSmith. We haven't talked about Casey at all tonight, but here he goes again. He has been nothing but fantastic for this team. He goes against Vejmelka, who, although his save percentage isn't great, has the highest win total in the league. He has been their workhorse again this year.
He's getting, you know what, I think it makes it a little bit easier. Over the last dozen games or so, they're scoring close to 4 goals a game. And he's only given up just over 2. So I think when you have a little bit of run support, you know, you can let in that first goal and you're like, you know what, we're on a pretty good run here. And I think that you don't get as tight. You know, I mean, I think with Jake and Casey sometimes the games are getting tight and and it kind of starts sliding away and you get a little tighter. I think especially when it's early, you're like, good, we're scoring about 4 goals a game. You know, I'll be okay. So that might have something to do with it. But arguably they're one of the hottest teams in the league over the last 10, 12 games.
Casey's 2-1-0 against Utah, 2.69 save percent or goals against, and 9.18 save percentage against the Mammoth.
A lot of
He
numbers.
also,
And Hockey Club.
You ready for this? 2-0 in 2 career games against the Arizona Coyotes with a .50 goals against and a 9.84 save percentage.
Who didn't have great stats?
Think
against
about
the
that.
Coyotes, though?
He stopped,
I never had great
He played
stats.
2 games ever against Arizona. He
Yeah.
was with Pittsburgh. He stopped 62 of 63 shots. So
He likes
not
the
too shabby.
franchise.
We have a couple of super chats, so let's get to them now.
From here?
Bing bong.
If it's from here, you got to ask it.
No.
Okay.
If they were, you can do live super chats
Yeah.
too.
Looking
Not
at
on
you,
the screen,
Looking
Ryan.
at you, Schmitty.
There it goes.
can't we
Marshall
just hand him a
second
mic?
with a
have
Haskin
one.
and 99 cup here.
Oh.
Y'all make sure Marshall first behaves himself tonight.
I just put together the Marshall first, Marshall
Okay,
second, like
hold
just
on,
this moment.
because we have a second one, which now we can let the
Oh.
response. So this one is a Masterton and a 99 cup here from Marshall first.
Just a shout out and thank you to Wild Fork Foods for some effing great meat.
Oh, no, that you got no balls. Go ahead, say it. Say it.
Just some fucking great.
There you go. There you go.
Sorry, Bobby.
And for all the fellas and the diehards, just an awesome evening. So thank you.
Just getting started.
And Marshall first and second were at our COSM event last year.
Oh,
Right?
I was dead.
That was a lot of fun, but we are so happy to have Marshall here and everybody else. And guess what? We're about to sit down and watch a Stars game with the Mammoth and everybody here. And I'm going to try to get a little food before it's all gone because I know you guys were all gorging on it, which is great, by the way. Thank you to Wild Fork Foods for providing a great spread, and we'll try to finish it off before
Somebody's
end.
going to have to make a beer run.
That's okay. We can make that work.
I vote Tanner.
And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anything you want to say about the group, the game?
I'm just excited. Our takeover event, we were in seats, so we didn't get to talk to everyone. I'm excited.
No, yeah, you couldn't
I'm
because we were
excited
at
to
the AAC.
speak to everyone during the game tonight for positive and negative reasons.
Luz doesn't want to talk to anybody.
Luds will be down here.
Yeah, by
By
himself.
I'll talk to the person to go get the beer.
All right. For Ryan, Luds, Sam, I'm Owen, and everybody here, and even GM Ben and Bobby up there.
I think
We'll see you for
GM Ben's had
postgame
enough
show.
Let's
of us.
play
I believe
hockey.
that they are going to crush these guys.
GM Ben is hiding.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, this is getting embarrassing.
We all silly like the mayor.